Hey everyone, Hallie here. Today I wanted to talk about something that I had no idea was going on, but apparently is on the Marvel Rivals Reddit and within the community, and that is a support strike. I've been trying to make sense of what is going on and just kind of create cohesive thoughts for the past like 30 minutes about this. I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm sure if you are seeing this video, you might have thoughts about it, or you might be in, my same boots where it's like, what the hell is going on? Let's go ahead and break it down. I'm going to break down the support strike that is going on within the Marvel Rivals community, and let's just get into this. And before we do, please, I know this is a hot drama topic within the community, so just please give me some charitability if I don't understand the intricacies of Marvel Rivals community drama very well. This is just my understanding of this, to be quite honest, silly situation. So what is going on? This all essentially, from my understanding, stems from a Reddit post that blew up on the Marvel Rivals Reddit talking about the support strike and Necro's comments why this actually matters. That's what the post is titled. Essentially, what this whole post is talking about is there's a streamer called Necros, who is apparently pretty big, and they made comments towards support players, which I'm gonna just read directly from the Reddit post. They said Necros outright said on stream that he hates support players and he called them idiots and morons. That kind of statement coming from a big voice in the community does real damage. So the person who made this post goes on to talk about how they played a game and someone was toxic and they were like, Necros was right, you support players are all brain dead. Which certainly goes to show how when a content creator is negative or says something negative like, oh, all support players are dumb, that certainly does have an impact. But yeah, essentially this all just boils down to support players are being treated poorly by people they play with, I suppose, and like the general community, which I think is a reasonable complaint to have. It is certainly, like, I understand toxicity within these types of games can be annoying. That is why I disable voice chat. People can be very toxic within these communities, especially when a content creator is provoking that toxicity and calling people idiots, which is what this Reddit poster is talking about. And from what I understand, this Reddit post blew up. It did very well, and it further promoted this idea of a support strike within the Marvel Rivals community. Additionally, what support players are frustrated about is the current meta and the fact that it is a dive meta where we have DPS characters jumping into the back line of the enemy team, and it's very difficult to heal them as a healer. And then when these DPS characters die, they blame their teammates, which, that is something that is certainly annoying, and I've even complained about it on this YouTube channel about people complaining. I mean, people are just, especially DPS characters, they can be very toxic and they can play stupid and then they can blame you. So yeah, from my understanding, that is where this support strategist strike stems from, is a general discontent from support players about the current state of the game. And so yeah, that is essentially, from my understanding, the support strike is a variety of things, such as comments from streamers and also just the meta of the current game that people are apparently striking for. Additionally, just from reading Reddit comments, from what I understand, this blew up on TikTok. Apparently the idea of a support strike on TikTok is really big. I personally haven't seen any videos, but I will do some research. I'm not going to post or showcase any of these videos, but this seems pretty novel. Most of these videos don't even have more than 10,000 likes on TikTok. That seems to be about the average. There are a few that are popping off. That is the general idea, is that there's a strike going on and support players are on strike. That is just the idea, is that you go on strike as a support player because of the general discontent within the community and how you are treated as a support player. Now, I want to talk about what I personally think about this. Now, of course, I may have previously mentioned this video, but I disable voice chat within these games because toxicity is incredibly annoying. People act like children within this game. They take it way too seriously, and people will say ridiculous things. But for just as many people who do that, I feel like there's also probably double the amount of people who just play the game normally and don't really care. And then it comes to a question of, okay, how do you make it so more people within the community are not toxic or not mean? And well, to be quite honest, this is an issue that gaming communities have always faced. I don't really know if there is a solution to this, unless NetEase themselves were to, monitor text chat for support players being bullied. I don't really know if a strike is going to be what solves the meta, or certainly it might actually solve the meta. We might see changes due to dive characters to incentivize people to play more so with their team. And that is certainly a possibility of us seeing a change in the meta due to this support strike, though. I'm sure it would have already occurred, which is, I'm going to get more into that. So we will likely see a meta change. But with this support strike, should you participate? If you want to, you can. But to be quite honest, if you want to play support, I don't think it's that serious. Like, that's what I'm going to say. I really don't think it's that serious. I think, if a streamer says something you disagree with, just don't watch them, And if people are toxic within the game, just mute them, report them. That's what I do. I usually don't, I don't really take this stuff to heart. But, if you want to strike as a support player and make a point, you certainly can. Though, this also, brings up an idea in my head. Is this doing more harm than good? Is this just going to make more people hate support players? I don't really know. I just thought this was a very interesting little thing going on within the community, as it's not really something I've noticed. It's only something I've seen talked about. But I feel like, when you're in higher level ranks, people are usually typically pretty level-headed, at least especially compared to lower ranks. I don't know. I just think this is a really interesting thing going on. I don't really feel strongly one way or another because, people want to be treated fairly, but also, there's a large portion of the community who never has said anything bad about healers and just plays the game normally. And this is just going to make that portion of the community be like, okay, what the hell is going on? Just play support. You don't need a strike. I don't know. I think it's very interesting. I think it's just an interesting social thing that has happened within the Marvel Rivals community. Let me know what you all think about this. Are you pro-striker? Are you anti-striker? Are you trying to break the strike? Let me know. Personally, I don't really care about this. I think it's silly. And I don't feel strongly. That's how I feel. I feel like it's just silly. But I thought it would be fun to talk about. So let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. And before this video does end, I would like to give a very special thank you to my YouTube members who give me $1 a month to be featured at the end of the video and also get some other goodies. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check out the join feature on my YouTube channel. But very special thank you to Ash Tree Dweller, who is a YouTube member. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section below just of the strike. I thought this was really interesting. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.